Hello and welcome to the Airgun Show. This week we're going to be having a little look at the BSA CLX and also seeing if we can use it to good effect on some feral pigeons in some barns. So one or two of you may recognise me from other YouTube channels such as the Shooting Show. I'm out doing a bit of fox shooting and stuff with a centrefire rifle or a bit of rabbit control, that kind of thing, and also I quite like a bit of long range shooting. However, I've always been an air rifle enthusiast right from, probably 35 years ago. I had my first BSA air rifle, a Mercury Challenger, which I've still got and still shoots very well. And I've just been into air rifles ever since. So it's quite fitting actually that today I'm having a little play around with another BSA, and this one's a lot different to my old Mercury Challenger. This is a CLX, a BSA CLX pre-charged air rifle in 177. You can probably tell actually by the way I'm holding this rifle that I am a disabled shooter, or as other people call it, a left-hander. This rifle is quite clearly a right-handed rifle with quite a nice figured stock there, which means that for a right-handed shooter it'll be very comfortable. However, for me being a left-hander, it's pretty common for us to have to adapt and overcome, so I'm going to be using it, and to be honest I can shoot that without any bother. Obviously not as comfortably as a right-hander would, but never mind, I shall be making do. But incidentally, this rifle does come in a ambidextrous stock as well, so you have got the option if you are a fellow lefty. Right, so my little mission for today is just down on this farmyard. As you can see behind me here, there's some barns and that, and the feral pigeons fly in here. They come in from the other side, generally fly in and land up on the girders and that there, and they've made a real mess, which we're going to have a look at in a minute, all through the barn floor and that, and all over some of the equipment in the barn where they've just crapped on it. And so the farmer's just asked if I'd come down and knock a few over. So the air rifle is the perfect tool for the job. Now, there's not very many pigeons in here, I don't think. I think there's probably 8 to 10, something like that normally. That's normally what flies out whenever I come and have a look. So yeah, it might be a case of a few visits and just knock over what I can. So I've just had a pigeon fly in there, but I can't see where it's landed. It's somewhere up on the roof. There's a bit of a gap between the sheet roof and on the top, and then there's like an inner layer as well, and the pigeons fly in and they get up in there, up within the roof. So I'm just going to sit tight for a minute, hoping in a minute he flutters a little bit or just moves along the girder a bit and I can see him. Oh, here he is. It's a lovely little compact rifle. This is perfect for this sort of thing, nice and manoeuvrable. I'm really wishing I brought my thermal imager with me, because with that I'd be able to spot them so much easier, because in the shadows of that roof it makes them very difficult, with the grey bodies of the pigeons, it makes it very difficult to spot them. There's another one down. You'll see also I'm using an element scope on here. This one's the Helix. It's I think it's a 4 to 16. I can't quite see because I've got an adapter on there. I think it's a 4 to 16 by 44, but it's a nice scope for this sort of thing. And as always, sports match mounts. Again, that's something else that I use on the centrefires. another nice little nifty feature which I like about this rifle. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but on the back of the magazine here there's a little counter which tells you how many shots you've got left to fire, which is really good because when you sort of the action gets going, it's easy to lose track. A bit like Dirty Harris's in that film. Did I fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, in this case we've got 12, so we've got a fair few in there, but they've got to run out at some point. So I'm quite surprised these birds aren't coming in a bit quicker. Normally when they fly out of the barn any other day they will circle around and they go straight back in again. But they're not that stupid, they know something's amiss. I might have a little walk round because sometimes they sit up on the roof. Let's go have a look. So it's pretty clear to see the mess these birds are making. There's just piles of droppings here, and obviously that's definitely a health risk, and not to mention that it's all over all the farm equipment, so it's not very nice for the farmer either. Right, so that's thinned out a few of the ferals in the barn there. I think what I'll do is I'll probably come back tomorrow with the thermal imager and see if I can knock down 1 or 2 more. I've popped back this morning for another little look-see around. I've already walked over to the barns there and there was only 1 feral pigeon flew out of there, so that's a good reduction in numbers there, so I think the farm will be happy with that. He just needs to put a bit of sheeting up around that roof to stop any more getting in there. But what I am going to do, I think this morning, I'm going to have a little look around this wood here just to see if there's any squirrels or maybe a rabbit in there somewhere. So yeah, got a nice morning, so I thought I'd just have a little wander around there. Couple of squirrels up in this oak tree. See if I can go over to this dead tree and use that as a rest. I've got one here if I can get onto him. Good. There seems to be quite a lot of squirrels here, but certainly using the thermal imager, it just makes life so much easier trying to spot them in the trees. Otherwise you'd have to kind of wait for them to move and then you catch the movement. But with this, even if they're sitting still, you can just see them just sat there, pick them up straight away. It's brilliant. Even if just poking their head around the corner of the tree, you find them with this. really frustrating hunting squirrels because you can see them in the thermal and they're clear as day. And as soon as you try and find them in the scope, they've either moved or you just can't pick out exactly where it was in the tree you were looking with the thermal. So yeah, it's given me quite a challenge this morning. It's certainly a lot more challenging hunting squirrels like this than what it is when you've got a feeder and they're coming to that on a regular basis and you can sit and pick them off as they're eating. Come on, girl, you better go. What an amazing experience that was. That is what makes getting up early and coming out, whether you shoot anything or not, regardless, it's moments like that that just make it all worthwhile for me. I managed to record a bit of that through the scope, as you've obviously seen, but there was a roe doe and her son came walking through the woods there and came within, well, 5 metres of me. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but just behind me there's a bent over branch that hangs down on the edge of those nettles there on the edge of the forest clearing, and she was stood just on that, and the little young buck was behind her looking and watching. So I got to the point, my arm was aching from holding the rifle up, that I ended up, I just told her to be on her way. But amazing to see, lovely. They're beautiful creatures, roe deer. Right, I'll go and pick these squirrels up and then I think I'll call it a morning. But very pleased, good start to the day. Oh good, so there's one of the squirrels. Excellent. Oh, and there's the other one there as well, behind. So, perfect. Nice little pair of squirrels and a few feral pigeons. So, worthwhile outing this morning and last night. So, back home for coffee and breakfast, I reckon.
If you aren't a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you.